So let's go over. Let's go over Rialto, Kings Row, and Eichenwalde. I don't think we go over Ilios. Because we got fucking rolls on Rialto.
Welcome
Yeah, because
to
we got
Rialto. Ready for
capped
battle.
hella hard right here.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Oh yeah!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Defense matrix
Check this out.
activated.
Hold up now.
Time to raise my APM. Blocking them all.
My power!
So I mean, all they did was because I pushed up over here, they walled right here, and then our wall kind of came a little late. And they just kind of got on me. I don't know if I was out of position there, but we gave up opportunities there for sure.
Get through this.
Here we just have to reset. There's nothing we're winning here.
Taking off.
They're just gonna push up.
Nothing's gonna stop.
Boosters engaged.
Okay, so I mean, he's a ringer, but I don't know why the fuck he was pushed up like that, and I'm gonna die again here. They're just ganging up on me here. Got her.
Bunny hop. Routing tower to forward area. Time to raise my APM. Routing tower to forward shield.
Okay, see here now we're contesting the corner.
Time to raise my APM.
We get picks, and it's easy. Yay. And here I'm just shielding off the health, mana, and you guys win that easy job. So how the fuck did we get held on first point? Let's see. Let's see. What do we do here? So we didn't kill the Ana. Okay. And we have 3 ults, and they have 3 ults basically, because Diva's back. Okay, I take so much fucking damage. Pretty good. I get frozen here. Yep. We're dead here. Alright. So, how could we have won this fight? So, like right here. So they used, or we used Nano. They haven't used anything.
Check this.
They're more low than we are. And they use Blizzard.
Defense matrix.
Okay. So let's see the overlay. And let's take a look at where So we basically are fighting like this. Kind of like this. Wow, all the damage that they could pump into us is all of this right here. Because they have Blizzard, and literally all of them are just coming in from this direction. So potentially they're doing, I don't know what the math would be for this, but let's just say they're doing twice as much damage to me than we are to them, because of how we're cut off and how everyone else is kind of positioned here. Like Elodian's over here freezing somebody while in Blizzard. I'm assuming he's not being frozen because the LOS. Then you have Ben over here. The sideline that these guys could be good, I don't know, but it's kind of like we have our Lucio just kind of just chilling over here as well. And it's fucking keep it slow mo and see what happens. So now we rotate.
It's
冻住，不洗澡。Nerf this.
Gonna high noon
Nerf this.
and Barf gets picked. Throw bombs out. I'm dead. I mean, I don't know how or why said was able to die there. You guys should have been able to survive. He pushed out too fucking far, and then Ben, he's just on flank, not really doing anything there.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
So like the way they played it and the way they were cut off is they all rotated a certain direction. While when I got cut off, like when they got cut off right here, they all just kind of went like we around. When we got cut off right here, I mean I had nano too, so like this was like my fault, and I went this way around, and then I got Blizzard. So Blizzard, say this is Blizzard. And then fucking we kind of separated this way over here, this way, this way, this way. Alright, so it's much easier for their focus fire because we just kind of, like, I don't want to say intentionally, like, separate ourselves, but not thinking probably, we separate ourselves. Like we kind of bought it out in terms of how we decided to position the Blizzard. So there was a contest there. So it's not more of we or they won the fight because their mechanics are so much better and blah blah blah. It's more because we fucking separated and didn't play as a team.
Sorry about that. I just got back.
Now you
It's new.
now I'm doing the VOD review for the scrims. I'm gonna do Rialto, King's Row, and Eichenwalde.
Draw.
Okay, so let's see. I want to see that shit. Okay, never mind. Okay, I get bullied over here.
It's
Beated.
Draw.
Time to raise my.
So like this is kind of what I talk about. So I get fucked here. Like I remember I fucking hit shift when that happened, so I'm gonna call bullshit on that.
It's
But I get picked. We Deadeye. And look at the way they fucking play. Right. Like they're just occupying this little area right here because of Deadeye. And they don't move. They just kind of sit still.
Draw.
Look, they barely moved out of what I drew. Holy shit.
Time to raise my APM.
They go in, shatter, blah blah blah. We all dead. Alright, so here we have
Remaining.
shatter. We have, that's it. They got 2 ults. 3 ults basically. McCree's gonna get ult in the fight. I get cut off here. One gets hit. And then we just kind of get cleaned up here.
30 seconds remaining.
Nothing's gonna stop.
10 seconds remaining.
It's
Okay, so I hit 1, 2, 3. They beat. And then
Over.
so Sid gets caught out. So let's see, like,
it's Hanu.
Routing towards forward barrier.
وريهم قوتك.
Vamos esculachar!
I mean, you would have died either way, Sid, but like, oh, holy shit. I get it in that
升起来。
you want to jump down maybe to get the nade in and all that stuff, because the Heino doesn't start until after you jump, so that's not like a threat that we're like, oh, you jump down because they're gonna deadeye. This is a type of positioning that's very strange in that we don't need you to do that type of stuff, right? Like if you stayed up here and then you heard deadeye and you fall forward, I mean, I would have been like, okay, that's fine. But then that would have been a split second later. You wouldn't have been as close as to this Rhine and moving this direction, right? And I'm assuming you're trying to sleep him or something, because I don't know why you would push that direction. Same thing with Elodian. Because basically you could have just stayed over here. I could just hold shield up, and the threat of May just freezing Rhine right here would have been big enough for us to survive the wall right here, probably, and not everyone getting shattered. So that would have been probably one of the choices that we had. Or you just fall back here, back down the wall behind, help shoot the shield, or the wall, break it, whatever. Then you now, guess what? You have some ways to actually help with healing. Elodian, I mean, we've already kind of explained this, and we kind of saw it in the Justice versus Fusion thing. For control, for the most part, it's like 3 or 2 groups of 3, and it's basically the Rhine, Diva, May kind of grouping together, fighting or taking space up front with the walls and everything. For all the other game types, it seems a lot more of the Diva kind of finding and contesting the flank angles whenever the fight breaks out, instead of doing that off the bat, right? So for Elodian and Reggie, basically, because Reggie, you played off tank, you kind of understand this, and it's probably why you're pretty good at May, because you're probably playing her as like a tank instead of a DPS. But Elodian, that's kind of the concept of May from what I'm seeing. Right? Do you agree with that, Jaro? He's gone again, dude. Fuck.
Routing power to forward barrier.
Sorry, dude. My mom's fucking
وريهم
fixing her printer. She thought she got it set up, but I need to help her.
Vamos esculachar!
I mean, that's just fucking funny though, but alright.
ده هيكون مؤلم.
I charged into the ice block. Unlucky. Shattered 3, but I'm not surviving this shit.
Whoa there.
That's a good freeze. That's a good freeze. That's a good freeze. A good kill. But right here, they got Nano Cree. Right here, I mean, this is where we just push the fucking May. So we don't.
Time to
I'm
reach.
just taking all this fucking damage. They break it so fast with McCree.
Vamos esculachar!
I mean, I don't know if he had beat the whole time, but
It's time.
so that happened. Take a look at. I don't want to take a look at defense too much, but because I feel we're taking the reason it even lasted as long as it did was because we're taking the certain fights around corners and just kind of dying,
Welcome to Rialto.
stopping progress so they don't build any momentum. But we'll take a quick look at it. Okay, so what happened here? Let's see you loading. You stood still. Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah. My tip, don't stand still. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know what happened there. Like, Bart bought it out.
No.
Okay, so this shit right here. The college team that we played did this all the fucking time, except they had a Ryan that was even dumber. So this Mei should die here. Good. And then, like, what is going on here? Look at this.
APM 좀 올려볼까? I'm gonna shoot you down.
All right, so like this is what one thing that I noticed myself doing, and is probably a good thing to do. And what they've kind of done is that anytime one person is up or down, it determines how the tanks push up. So they were down 1-2 people, and as soon as I just pushed up, right? So like they kind of started over here. And then we just kind of pushed them this direction, right? And we didn't use any cooldowns or anything. All we really did was just shoot down their shield, like just break their shield. And they just, I tell that out of there. Like, fuck that. Something that we need to do. So, like, something that I would probably call is if we're one down, play safe. And don't play like this, right? But because we're up, you're fine there. But play safe, kind of regroup. Like a soft reset type of thing, where we close the distance between the person spawning and then where we're located to give up enough space to fight near the point that we need, which is right here. This is where we want to fight because the point hasn't been pushed that much. All right. So let's go. So right here is where, holy hell, dude. Let's see this. Okay, some armor dies.
Defense matrix activated.
Let's see that again, actually. I'm low here.
Defense matrix activated.
Don't move.
So,
Defense matrix activated.
like I wasn't being DM'd that much, right? Yeah, so I don't know what happened with the healing there. So this is weird.
Defense matrix activated.
Okay, so we got caught reload.
Don't move.
So one of the things here is walling early. Did you get your brown food? She ate already, by the way. She ate Eva's oatmeal. Sorry. I mean, let's wall early. Like, as attackers, the disadvantage they have is that they have to make the plays to win a fight, right? Like they're the ones that have to take space. They're the ones that have to be the aggressors. If we just allow them to be aggressive, then our defense is weak. So we need to be able to, one, recognize when to wall off and when it's a good opportunity to wall off, or they're just to wall off early, even if it just baits out our wall, even if we don't get a good wall. Ideally the wall would be just get the Rhine right here. That would be dope, like amazing, right? And I probably would have survived, but the biggest wall maybe would have just been like right here, the safe wall, to catch anybody, whatever. But we ended up walling after I die, because I mean, of course, no one expected for me to die that fucking quick. Right there, I died quickly because Sid was caught reloading, and because I don't have comms, I don't know if all that or not. And I mean, we had nano too there, so the play could have been nano wall, or you know, wall and then nano whoever the fuck. Right here we're at a disadvantage and we're all just kind of trying to survive here. But what we all should be doing, if we like, we'll probably just practice this and just do this without trying to win the fight, just off of skill, but like just for a process of playing the timer, is die on cart. Everybody just go to cart and die there. If you're gonna die, go to cart.
It's hand.
Cause like we're backing up and we're giving all this space. So if we all died on cart, by the time Joharo dies, because they're not gonna keep him up if he's a baby diva and he's contested cart, so they're gonna have to kill him. The cart, by the time we all died, would have been still right here, because we'd have contested right there, right? So by the time we recontest, probably like right here. So let's see how we contest here. Because right here we're gonna re-engage with nano, and we do. I got slept, I got frozen. Got her too. Boy's dead right here.
Ain't no stopping me.
Yeah.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Like even this team isn't taking advantage of how they should be taking space. So I think if we get good enough just playing the game type correctly, we're able to play it. We're able to play just a game type at an optimal level, not just even as a like teamwork wise, but because everyone just understands where they need to die, when they need to die, instead of trying to back up, survive, and all this shit, right? So like for this point where we want to take fight, the first fight is right here, right there or over here. But ideally, we want first fight right here. First, second, and then obviously the third fight takes place right here. But we're giving up. Actually, no, we're not giving up. So right here, you see how I'm just kind of forcing the issue right here? I'm just kind of like, we need to take the first fight right here. Take the space right there. Both trying to die. Lenny gets caught. And then we lose mech as well. Okay. Okay, so even you saw that, so like we died right here. And because we took the fight there, that sounds like a broken record now, but the fight's gonna happen like right here. Right? So this corner. Very unlucky. I should have tried it there. And then obviously for this point, the first fight should be in this area right here. And then obviously back there, the second corner. Those are the two fights we want to have. But here, like, what's going on here, guys? Why is everyone pushed up here? Do we not, have time to back out, or I don't know. Okay, so you guys are pushing up. So it gets capped, and then you guys are still pushing forward. Like, this is both a loading and Sid. There's nothing you two are gonna do right now that will benefit this push right here. Why? Because the fucking payload right now automatically will get right here. Because no one is there aside from you guys. They're not afraid of two characters. They're not afraid of a Mei and an Ana by themselves. So you guys, as soon as you heard people dying or the cap getting captured, that's your guys' responsibility and your guys' opportunity to actually just regroup right here. And then the way you're kind of pushing back as well, pushing like this, it's minimizing the LOS for these two, but you're still taking poke from the Mei. And then when you cross over this way, they see all that. So the first route you should have taken obviously would have been, because you guys were right here, just back up like that. But this route that you took, the optimal route would have been like that. So, and you keep backing up this way. Like, that's just bad positioning in general. So like, now because you guys didn't survive, the fight can't happen any earlier than like right here or right here, which is completely fine if we are confident enough to win the fight. But because the only ult that we have right now is beat, while they have nano, which is easy for them to build an ult off of, they're at an advantage right there. Only thing is if they use like, or if we use beat aggressively here. Okay, so we use beat aggressively. We're gonna try to build ults. Basically taking the fight this corner right here. That's the whole thing. Take the fight there. Oh shit. We wall off. We're good. We both use walls. Completely fine. So we're in a stalemate basically. It doesn't matter because that he's nanoed or anything because the anti is good. Wait. What is? Did you get booped over here? I'm gonna have to watch this POV, dude. What is going on here? I see the opportunity that you're going for. Not worth it whatsoever. The biggest play is for you not to do that, mainly because you're sustain. And I know you probably know this shit, Sid, but the main thing is that if you die, we have to play really fucking passive, right? And when we're down and we're trying to just burn the time down, the last thing we need is making risky plays to get an advantage.
Routing tower to forward barrier. Get through this.
So yeah,
No.
here where everyone just gets picked off because you don't have the sustain for the fight and blah blah blah. So the biggest thing is that we're fighting in the correct locations, but we're not having full-on fights. We're literally throwing the fights by our weird positioning.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Okay, we're gonna LOS this.
Unstoppable! Hammer down!
Draw.
It's Hanu.
Alright, so Ryan should die here.
Time to roll my APM.
Alright, good job. Alright, so we're down one, but because we have spawns, they're take it. So they're playing passive. The Mei here, obviously playing really fucking risky, especially in the crossfire of Mei and McCree right there. So recognize that she decides to come back, so she doesn't stay there too long. Something that I'm catching a lot and you're doing a little bit too much of is that you're like, she poked this way to get angles this way, so she stayed right here, but then she quickly came back, right? So one thing that we can't do is if you push this direction and then stay here and try to make a play happen when you could, you know, there's a crossfire between Mei and McCree. And that goes for any of the squishies, which is, you know, 4 of you guys.
Defense matrix activated.
This is going to hurt.
So I'm anti and I'm back up. Alright, I'm gonna heal. I get 3 in the back.
Boosters engaged.
Alright, so we're gonna take space, we're gonna take space, we're gonna take space.
Routing power to forward shield. 올려볼까? Mecha activate. This.
Okay, I think I died here anyways. But it's fine. It's a 4v2. You guys win that.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
60 seconds remaining.
Defense matrix.
30 seconds.
Like this fucking on keeps getting those goddamn anti.
APM 좀 올려볼까? Defense matrix.
It's hammered.
That's pretty good. So it's easy. Basically what we did there, from what I saw, was wait, what am I doing? We were able to play the numbers game and the cooldown game to just win fights. Like we didn't use, there wasn't a lot of ults that resulted in one fights, but sometimes it's just that easy in terms of looking at taking the rules of the game type and applying them to how we fight, where we take fights, what time we take a fight, not to minimize the bleeding basically. Alright, so let's take a look at King. Yeah, full
Now
health.
entering King's ready for battle.
I think.
Defend objective A.
Time to raise my APM. Boosters in.
So right here, they're just taking poke, 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 poke.
Get through this.
This is going to hurt.
Time to raise my APM. Defense matrix activated.
So this is
Ice wall coming up.
my fault, I guess? Or... Fuck. All the way.
Time to raise my APM.
Okay. Now I remember. So this is the fucking fight for fucking Ben. Took 3 years. I don't know why. Well, I don't know if he was AFK or not. But that's why we can't push. Or we're afraid to push. So at this point, I think the play, no matter what, should have been just fucking push. Push them enough so they play this corner, right? Because I don't think we really need to wait for our McCree in this situation too much. Because I'm just taking poke right here. They're destroying my shield. Like we get anti. Like all this shit happens because we're just waiting. So basically, if we just took approach of just take this position over here, push them out of statue, use aggressive walls again. Remember, like our walls need to be coming up first whenever we're playing attack or defense. It's just a gameplay style. Just playing aggressive and having aggressive walls is just the way to go. Make them use resources on defense to wear them down. Because they have, again, technically, defense should have less angles to defend on first point for pretty much every single map. for even for hybrid, because that's how it works. It's a hybrid between escort and CCP. What am I trying to play? Okay, so I'm playing like a pussy, and then we suffer from it. Garo out of position, and then everyone's out of position. Oh.
Routing power to forward shield.
So the play every single time that we play this comp specifically would be, especially with the mirror comp, we go around here, we push right here. So any wall from here to here works out pretty good for us, because create space for them to commit certain things. So let's say, just imagine if you use wall anywhere in this area, and they have to use nade, they have to use amp to escape, they have to use DM, any of that shit, flash, whatever the fuck, or even their own wall, it's a win for us. So
Check this out.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
yeah. So I think one of the things that we probably need to go over would be how we're gonna be taking certain fights with Ryan, and where the position's gonna be. I think that's why the callouts, if we all remember the callouts, would be useful, because I would basically be ping ponging locations of, okay, we fight statue, go car, we go here, right, to minimize damage. So like doop doop, step away, and then do that. That would be sort of the route. There you get shattered. My bad. But they still die. I don't know why I was swinging there.
Now, hold on.
3v3.
Time to raise my APM.
You're kind of, I don't know why you're positioned there. You push. So
Time to raise my APM.
I don't know what the comms were here, but this is just a reset. Yeah, we're just staggered here. Again,
Check this out.
not playing
Routing power
to the rules that we know.
Oh there.
Yeah.
Check this out.
I mean, by the time we take a fight, our resources are down and all this shit, and we're trying to make the best situation out of a really shitty situation. So
Booster on.
fucking better your ass in the back, goddamn.
60 seconds remaining.
Pretty good bomb. Leave that down.
Excuse me. Smarts, don't it?
Lucio's aggroing himself. Both Lucio's just throw. That's unfortunate. And then we get held there. Lucky.
Now entering King's Ready for battle.
See how they played. Or play double
Defend
shield.
objective
Fall off. They fucked up their flash. They sucked the Rhine into charge.
Activated.
The pain is coming.
Freeze me.
A. Holding position.
All this is happening. So like basically I'm increasing advantage of the chaos that's happening. Right, and he's gonna do this. But if he gets fucked up, good. Loading gets fucked up, gets walled. Get back up. And then Ben is on the flank trying to get kills, but he's that's fuck. Okay. I mean, let's take a look at what. I mean, you know this shit. He knows this shit. Y'all know this shit. The audience should know this shit. But you were strafing like this, my dude. So that was an easy sleep for Anna. Like, she's not crazy or anything. But because you're literally moving forward and backwards, that's why you're prime target for a sleep. You had roll. I mean, you had the right idea. And it sounds so dumb to say, but just the mechanics of your strafing got you killed there. Because like if you, let's say if you were strafing the sleep dart didn't hit you, then you would have had your rollout because you had it, and then you would have been fine. If the flank didn't happen. The boy gets cut. I'm backing up. Alright. Pretty good. Wall was almost pretty good too. But, good job in general with the first couple of fights. They're pushing up.
Engaging fortifications.
So they wall off first. Right? Do we have wall here? Let's see, let's see. At least we don't, and we use it. So let's take a look at the fight. Okay. So they're pushing. Wall. This is a perfect opportunity to wall because they're using amp to just push on us. So that's the whole thing that Reggie's talking about too, with like just speeding across a wall, right? Because one thing that we need to stop for on defense is any type of momentum and push for aggressiveness, right? So like if you had wall right here, maybe you cut off the Rhine, or maybe you just cut off these two. And Diva, I mean, doesn't matter because she can just get away or whatever, right? Unless she doesn't have boosters. But if you wall any of those people off, then this push goes from being really aggressive and into basically the rest of the team basically having to kind of go around the wall. And the space gets denied for them because it's either two things: they break the wall down, and that stops the momentum for the rush because they're not just pushing forward, or they have to go around and shoot and leave the wall, because at that point we have still have all this space right here in this area, right? So we would have control of like this space right here. So I mean, that's good. What we want. So let's go back.
Engaging cease resistance.
That's another thing I keep doing. Is fucking I'm swinging with like super low health and I'm thinking about how to survive. And see, they're gonna try not to push unless they know they have space to take.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
So right here, they're pushing.
Not budging.
So this is another thing, right? They're pushing and they're probably gonna bait right here with the.
I'm gonna shoot you down.
Yep, just like that. They basically did what Justice did in the first VOD for the owl VOD that we did, was they let Fusion push up, take the space, make them believe that they had space to take just to fall into a trap. So that's basically what these guys did too. But I mean, you get the kill. I mean, trade. And it didn't work out for them. So that's unlucky. Like nobody got frozen except Aro. But he died at the same time, so it doesn't matter. But everyone else. Maybe we played that pretty well. Fuck.
Check yourself.
So right here, ideally, because we're not all grouped up together and they are, would be play right here and then be aggressive to push right here, right? Because the card is right there, and when this fight's gonna happen, the card's gonna be like right here probably, because again, we're not contesting the card. So it's gonna keep moving up until like somewhere around here. And if we take the fight right here, I mean, it's a good fight, but we want to have the control in the space for this corner here, because it gives us this for Mega, and it gives us enough space for walls to fuck up for them over here, right? Or if they get good walls, they're not long enough right here, shit like that. So let's see if we do that or not. Okay, so we put the shield right here, so we're deciding to fight right here or right here, depending on what I decide to do. Okay, so again, see, the walls aren't long enough in this path to cross all the way like that. So it benefits us to push up from this point to here, which I'm kind of doing here. Again, they get a bad wall, they don't get a good situation with the wall. I mean, our wall is not that good either, but it's fine. Alright, you Blizzard. Ryan dies here. So somehow, from what I'm seeing, is that we're more aggressive on defense than we are on offense. That shit made no goddamn sense.
Time to raise my APM.
I mean, they had a really good time at the beginning of this point, but they lost 2 fights in a row. One from a clutch fight just from us, and then another just because we were able to win the fight, but also because we're able to win fights at certain times that we want to take fights. So that's why we're able to actually win the time war, or just to burn time. Right there, I threw it out early, and we should have done it or comboed it with the halt. My bad. They're gonna push. So I think a good shield, because they're gonna push up here, and I don't know why the fuck our Lucio fucking throwing. The shield, maybe just put it right here, right? But because they're not engaging on us, we're just letting them poke. So when they start engaging on us like that, maybe hopefully our Lucio isn't throwing like that. We throw our shield here and make the point, you know, that we fight right there every single time. Oh, wait, what the fuck? I don't even know how I blocked that. Your boy is actually throwing. So we get our Blizzard Eden. Get it back up there. Yep, just die on cart. Die, literally just die on cart. Fuck it. If you can't make it out, just die on cart. Easy. And we should get another fight right here. Right, so like they have to be completely out of position. Not completely out of position, but they have to be out of position. Or they have to take unfavorable fights just to cap point, or to be sure that they could cap point. Which is good. Which is what we want. Make them make mistakes. And then, because we're not all together yet. So again, like getting kills quickly and dying quickly if the fight goes south matters a lot. Because it makes our respawns sync up better instead of having to constantly wait. A re-engage with B, which is good. I go deep.
Draw.
Okay. Right here, Anna is like, she's free 99 and no one's just looking at her. She's just having the time of her life. Like, this is easy game life. Like assuming Ben's trying to shoot her, yeah. But I mean, there's no one else that you could use to contest her except Lucio. At that point, especially if it's a support, somebody that can't frag you out and do a lot of damage to you, like, we need our mobile characters being able to contest those types of characters. Because if they're just free and they're not being pressured, that makes it technically a disadvantage for us. And we lose that fight. But look, what was the starting time? We're at 550. The cap point.
Objective lost.
Look at that. Look how much time we burned.
Stop the payload.
From 440, 445, where the fuck, all the way down to, what is it? Oh. Holy shit, that looks so cool.
The pain.
Alright, they're gonna cap. We burned it down to
the checkpoint.
You know, third point going into 250 when they could have rolled us. That's what I'm talking about. Just playing the rules of the game, whittle down and burn down time, stop momentum from teams. Which, I mean, the team was rolling us because we couldn't fucking cap point. But for defense, I mean, we were doing really fucking well. Like for both Rialto and King's Row, we're doing pretty fucking good. I think our weakest thing right now is definitely our offense. Our offense is weak and our defense seems to be pretty good and pretty strong.
Defense switch activated.
Oh my god, I'm literally the best Reinhardt in the game. My god.
Nerf this.
Ben's running away from Sid. Pretty good. Synergy right there. We fucking threw again. Oh my goodness. So we went from having a really good defense to just start throwing. Let's go.
Draw.
Ain't no stop.
Yep. So we played the first 2 points, okay, especially the second phase. We played it really well, and then started to throw. Take a dump.
Traveling to
I'll be right
Eichenwalde.
back.
Ready for battle.
Let's continue.
Ready for battle.
Activated.
So let's see this
5, 4,
offense.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Time to raise my APM. Down.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure you guys know this shit already. Again, first fight that we're gonna try and take the route. It's gonna be this way. If it's a mirror comp, leading to this area where we take the first fight. So if everybody knows that, then whatever happens after this or during this, you have to determine where you can be positioning in the fight. So maybe I push this route, or I'll be my right or left. So depending which way I go, because they could push this way, they could push up over here. It doesn't matter where they push. Basically, wherever you position, you're gonna know there's gonna be two directions where I push, depending on how the fight turns out. But in the neutral game, this is where everyone needs to figure out their position. So Ryan's pushing right side.
Defense matrix activated.
Good wall. Because it squeezes them into an area.
This will only hurt for a
Carl's booping the melee, which is good. You get a big anti, but we're backing up. I'm low.
Get through this.
So this is bad. This is me making a bad call because I got hurt a little bit. I'm like, I decided to back up. So the whole thing would have been, as soon as we saw the anti, he just pushed up, take up the space, because obviously our McCree Ben was pushing this way over here. So the whole idea was that we control this area. Control all this. But we backed up and gave up space, so that's my bad. And the McCree was low. Like, we could have pushed the McCree out of position there.
Routing power to forward shield.
Go back in, and I barely survived. Holy moly.
Get through this.
That was and we just clean up. It looks like I don't know. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good, man. And then we're just getting fucked. They just pushed our spawn completely because we don't reset. No, get away with that shit.
This old dog still knows a few tricks.
Nerf this.
Oh my god. Other main seems to be a lot more creative, so pretty smart.
I'm number one. Let's do this. Nerf this.
Okay, so we're just trading. We're trading. Stun.
Set him up.
60 seconds remaining.
Okay. Get a weird wall.
Get through this.
30 seconds remaining.
So we finally win the fight.
Objective
We're going, we're going, we're going. So we take space, take space, take space. Again, the route that usually I will take, let's say if we won that fight and they all die together, so they're synced up and are able to just push and contest, like right here or whatever. First fight, first corner I want to take is this, and then move here. And after that, what I usually do is stick close to this wall to just take all of this. But I mean, I could definitely go here and. But I think it's just kind of a play by ear type of situation for this map. But the biggest thing is being able to control this area along with this area. Up until the car is able to stay maybe right here. Control this and that. The car is pretty safe to just move right here. Right. And then if we're able to get the cart here, then we're able to push up a lot easier here. And we're able to take advantage of basically this area even more, because there could be pigeonhole this area here, right? And they would have to make a play over here a lot more, go through castle, blah blah blah. See what happens. So we get the pick. Good. Alright, so they're going up top. So like they understand that they need to control the top area for incoming damage. So what happens here? Okay, so they drop. And Sid is completely caught up. So we know they're up top, Sid. We know they're up top. There's only two things that they're gonna do. They're gonna stay up here, and you're completely fine there. But you would be more safe if you went here. Or they're gonna drop down, and the safest route for you to do would be over here, over here, over here. So yeah, we know. Pre-rotations, rotations, whatever we want to call them. Not good. Elodian got caught too. Like I don't know. And we lose that fight. We literally lose that fight because we gave up our position, or we were taking rotations to feed into them. Doesn't make sense. Okay, so the Ana's up top. Oh, never mind. On bridge. Okay, so we're gonna engage. Oh no, she is on bridge. I think it's overlay out. Top, she's safe. The only person that's gonna contest her, well, only two people that could contest her are Lucio and Diva. And because we're in the neutral, we should be able to just push that. If we recognize that she's up there. Okay. Holy moly, that's a good one. Again, Ana is like she has bad positioning. Like her best position would have been back here or something. Right. Back here or something like that. Instead of over here. Like all she did was they're probably trying to make a play with like sleep bomb or something. I don't fucking know. But her being up here doesn't help because she could be contested really quick by two characters. Lost her. So now she has to go back and she can't heal anybody, blah blah blah. And then, oh fuck. He gets pinned. Again, being in positions that other people can't make plays in is the best type of position.
I'm gonna have to shoot.
60 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we make that pretty easily. So basically, we literally just, for the second point, we followed literally just kind of the path that I was talking about. So when it happens that way, we force them into situations that they don't want to be in. Make blah 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 blah.
새해 복 많이 받으세요. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
It's high noon.
Okay. So you ice block. High noon is, let's see, from the top.
It's high noon.
7 seconds. Ice block is how long? You're told. 5 seconds. Did he die here?
Draw.
Nope. Okay. So he decides to reload. Oh no! You're all dead as fuck. Should take that. They're winning that fight. I mean, out of position, whatever, blah blah blah. That was shit.
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
Okay, so first,
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
so let me put the camera so right here. Put it right there. We have it on the slowest speed. Okay, so we're all playing right here. Pretty good, pretty good. We're not taking any poke. Even they're looking over here. Blah blah blah. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Up until right here. Now we're taking this poke. 4 people in danger of taking this poke. The only thing that I'm talking about here in terms of like when to take space is that the cart hasn't moved past the point where we need to take more space. So we have to recognize how we're taking certain angles and how easy it is for us to get caught out. Because wrapping back around this way takes longer if you're just right here and all you have to do is literally walk back. Right? And 1, 2, 3, then I think Ben's somewhere over here. You're all cut out. You're all cut out. There's a dead eye, and if the rotation was faster, to just back up this way, you know, easier. Because now when they throw the bomb, that's what the diva saw. That wasn't like anything like, oh, she's insane at bombs. No, she just saw the opportunity because you guys were gonna have to make the rotation back this way. That as soon as the bomb pops out, they could push up all together, make plays, blah blah, and do all this shit. Oh, there's Ben. He's hiding behind Carl. Throw bomb, use wall, and there you go.
I'm back in the fight.
Yeah. So when we take those types of aggressive positioning, because that's very aggressive position that you guys had when you guys were over here, would be if I'm over here. If I'm over here, then you guys could take all that space, because again, you have the safety of the shield, but because you guys are taking those angles without my shield, then it kind of, you know, you all get fucked.
This is going to hurt.
think about my shield and the way I position as kind of like a compass, right? So like if I'm right here, no, not right there. So just imagine this is a compass, right? And this is the rest of the team right here. If you guys move that way, you guys move that way, you guys should always have shield right here. So my shield goes this way, right? This way. And you guys would position here. That right. Connect it that way. Would end up here. Here. You end up here. This you would end up over here. Blah blah. And if I have my shield over here, you guys would end up. And because dive is so different, but when it comes to static shielding like Orisa and Rhine, you kind of have to think about it that way. So they eat our wizard, we beat. I'm still low as a mother. And then
Team kill. 60 seconds remaining.
No.
Alright, so again, like they use speed just to get McCree in a position to use Deadeye, blah blah blah. We need to fucking do that. And look at the aggressive positioning that this McCree's having right now. Because they have what? Diva Bomb. So I'm assuming if he gets out of or he gets challenged or whatnot, then they're just gonna toss Diva Bomb out and then he has a safe net to just. Okay, so now I mean this is a position that you don't want to take.
Seconds remaining.
Nerf this.
Yep. There's bomb because we're in rotation. Like an easy thing for Diva and is just super fucking simple every single time. If a team is split like this, like let's say the center is right here of like the Reinhardt or whatever, or initial player, and we're spread out like this, right? And the Diva Bomb is or the Diva is anywhere around this area or this area, and she could bomb this direction or this direction, and basically catching the team whichever direction they're gonna be rotating to escape the bomb. Someone's gonna get caught, more than likely. Again, it's a chance game, but as a Diva player, that's basically what they're looking at. Right? So anytime they see opportunity where you're gonna have to swivel back and forth left or right to get out of rotation while a team could push you at the same time, it's perfect opportunity for any Diva to take advantage of, especially when. But that's why they were playing as aggressive as. Did we go over? You know. Where's
Traveling to Eichenwalde.
so we get
Ready
rolled
for battle.
here. Decide to go double shoot again.
Defend objective A.
I'm gonna shoot you down. Routing towers forward.
Let Jahara die. It's pretty good. I should have been there too, but I don't know what happened. Okay, so now they're just gonna engage because... Oh, okay, so we have everybody here, so what the fuck happened? So we use halt, that didn't work out, they fucked up their wall. So we baited each other's cooldowns, so we're both even right now. And then this is what happens. I fucking split here. I split. Oop. Oh, it's because I have shatter. I still split. I tried shatter. And we're completely cut off here.
Hold up now.
وريهم قوتك.
Are you ready? Here I come!
Okay, we're gonna die through that fight.
Matrix activated.
Yeah, I mean, we should have taken the. You guys, everyone took the correct rotation except me. I sit over here. Everyone else pushed this. Would have been easier. I think I probably tried looking for that or something.
Objective
That didn't work.
lost. Stop the payload.
Send out a shatter, and then Loden dies. What happens for a Loden to die early? Oh, oh, oh. I mean, the wall is not good. It's not bad, but it's a wall that, I mean, what's the advantage here? You know? They could just walk around it completely. So it's not bad, it stops them somewhat. But the biggest thing is if you walled maybe this way, or if you backed up, let's say we backed up and walled right here. It is my responsibility again to just call the kite. Then play this corner, wall over here, right? So they would again, they would have to swivel around their Rhine that's stuck over here. But instead of basically pinching us like this. Like forcing them in one direction is better than just giving them two options to walk around the wall.
Hammer down!
I get stunned that shatter, big, and then you get domed. I'm assuming you didn't have. Oh, you did. Just slay reaction. Probably because he got stunned.
It's high noon. It's high noon.
Where? Oh. Holy shit. Does he get it? I can't. Oh, my battery died. Alright, back into it. Do you get anything big here?
Draw.
Just a little longer. Would have been a huge play. What in the world? Okay, so we lose that. Get teabagged. I'm like,
Get through this.
Okay, so the main complete our ringer. Die. You know.
Nerf this!
Again, they're just fucking. The divas recognizing certain situations to just bomb, and the rest of their team to just follow up pretty.
I'm just
The payload has reached the chip.
Again, we're not taking fights where it'd be most optimal to take fights. You literally had a fight and a half for that second point. That's why they rolled. Damon tried fighting in certain spots because I mean our Lucio was just fucking throwing.
冻住，不许走！
Vamos esculachar! Vamos esculachar!
Get baby down. There's not like we were just playing not together, panicking, and just fucking never grouped up completely. It's kind of fucking. That's why we got rolled here. The defense on this point map was absolutely. Alright. Hopefully, for those that couldn't be here, that helped out somewhat. If you have any questions, if there's certain things you want to go over, fucking just shoot them at me in the chat or where the fuck. I'll upload these on YouTube so everyone could see.